All right, well, at this point, what I've done is I've just taken the opportunity to log in. And as you can see here, if you have an Adobe ID, you can do the same thing. And you can feel free to peruse through any number of different swatches. The one that I'm using here for our little design is one called Wave by Lucia Bonzino and Bozino. And as you can see, what you can do with these things sort of opens up after you have in fact signed in. So not only could you go about making changes, but you can download this as an ASE file, or an Adobe Swatch Exchange file. Now, I've taken the liberty of assuming that perhaps you don't have an Adobe ID, so the source files that come with these videos also include the ASE file, the Adobe Swatch Exchange file that I've downloaded for this one. Before we go about opening that, just let me also mention a couple of other things when we're inside here. If you'll notice that when you have a base color set, or any color set, for example, what does that mean? It means you can move things around. It also means I could say, hey, look, based on that base color, give me series of analogous colors. And as you can see here, there are a lot of things you can do. What about monochromatic? Monochromatic means the same color, but just with a little bit more black or a little bit more white placed inside of it. Triadic is actually kind of interesting, because what it does is it allows you to, here's your base color, or whatever color you want. And as you can see, if this is in fact my base color, what I can do then is to say, well, here, look, I want this to be my base color. So you see how it's sort of circled. Triadic means on this color wheel that we have here, give me ones that are split in a triad. So for example, just to make it easier for you to see, if I wanted this to be my base color, I could do so, and look, you could use this slider to brighten up your base color being the one that's selected. I could brighten it up, and I could say, hey, give me a triadic option here. So as you can see, these are your triad options, and look, you could also change some of the other colors that are here as well. And what about complementary? Complementaries are directly opposite each other. That's why we oftentimes see reds and greens at Christmas time. They're high levels of contrast when you're working with complementary, direct complementary. Compound colors sort of do very similar things, but as you can see, they work on one side or the other of that. So these are just to show you a couple of things inside Kuler, and analogous colors are right next to each other on the color wheel as well. But if you have some trouble picking out your own colors and moving things around, and you want to make some changes as you do so, you can try out different variations just by experimenting here. Or, as I mentioned, you can choose a theme from Kuler directly. Or there's another option. You can actually upload your own image at Kuler, which is extremely cool. As you can see here, you can upload your own that's on your computer. You can select one from Flickr, and what it'll do is choose or prepare for you a number of different colors based on the colors that are available inside of your picture. So you could say, select a mood, give me the most colorful colors, give me the brightest colors, you can say, and you can see that those things can be manipulated as well. You can make changes and do different things as well. You can say, give me the muted colors, give me deep colors, and give me dark colors. All of these things allow you to choose and pick, and they can be done quite easily. Once you're logged in, you can even save those, and you can make those colors palettes that you've created down here either public or private, only for yourself. And if you do make them public or private, irregardless, you can give them a title, and you can add some tags that are easily and readily searchable. All right, well, as I mentioned to you, here I am in Photoshop. Remember our type layout that we had before, and we saw that there was a bunch of swatches and stuff like this. Well, let's clean up this little swatch palette that we have at our disposal. And what I want you to do is to just click on this little options for the window right here. We can replace the existing swatches. Do you want to save the current swatches? No, don't save that. And wherever you have the source files for this particular project available, you'll notice that right here there's something called Wave ASE. So that's our Adobe Swatch Exchange file, which I will load. And because we replaced the existing ones, now we have these ones here. So looking at my final website, I can see what the color scheme was, and you guys can feel free to do the same thing. So I'm going to choose this bright color, and with my paint bucket tool, just drop that into the background. Perfect. And as you can see, we've now got not only a good background that we're going to be using to sort of turn it into what we have here, but also we've cleaned up our swatches palette and we've got only the ones that we need. Great. Absolutely perfect. We're ready to start moving.